That's right. That is right. We've added a new intro. We are here to liberate the masses and destroy the sadistic narrative that is plaguing our society today. My name is Kyle, and welcome back to the podcast Two Protects One. We're so back, baby. We are so back. Now coming at you with recorded content as well. It's time to take this channel to the next level. And I hope you are ready to embark on this wild 2024 election year. But before we get started on this video, please remember to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Feminism is having a rough week, and I am here for it. I am here so that we together can share in their disaster and demise. Okay? The men and women are waking up. Okay? They're waking up. They're realizing that this is not it. This lie that we've been fed about feminism just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And it is making people depressed. It is stealing their joy. It is stealing time away from their family. And no matter how many times women try to sell men on this idea that feminism is the way, that being a boss bitch is the way, it just isn't the truth. And there's countless videos every week that share that portray that message of, you know what, we screwed up. We screwed up. And the first video we're going to watch today is just someone trying to press in and push out and give this false sense of security when it comes to, hey, I'm a boss bitch and we should have all the same rights that men do. And if you know anything about me, I am a big supporter of repealing the 19th Amendment. And it has nothing to do with women not being smart, women not being capable of doing something. It's about the man being the head of the home. Okay? It's not to say a woman can't have an opinion. And it's not saying that a woman couldn't sway a man's vote. Okay, but what I feel like it needs to be and how the process should go is that the woman should seek out the man and they should make a decision on who the vote's going to be. The woman doesn't need to vote, okay? The woman should influence her husband in a positive way, and the man should vote what's best for his family, not only spiritually, physically, financially, but that should be the goal. That should be what we're pushing out. It's like, hey, you know what? We don't want to vote for gender ideology. We don't want to vote to have kids cut their ding dongs off. We don't want to vote for LGBTQ LMNOP because a lot of those issues, and including also, pro-choice, a lot of those issues are influenced by women with groupthink. Okay. And when you hear stuff like abortion is healthcare, that is a lie. That is a constant lie to try to get you, in my opinion, what they're trying to do is to control the society, control the growth of this country, and also abortion targets minorities in low income housing areas. Okay. I mean, just look at the facts. Okay. If you support abortion, you might support racism as well. I didn't make up the rules. That's just how it goes. Okay. So I know, black babies are being aborted at way higher rates than white ones when you take into percentage of, how much we make up in this country of each race. So, when they put a new Planned Parenthood in your neighborhood, yeah, you got to take a look around and see what the demographic of that neighborhood is. And that'll tell you right then and there, Planned Parenthood might be racist. But anyway, back to feminism. So let's just take a look. Feminism is doing good. You got your boss bitches, your OnlyFans women, you got all these wild ass women that are sexually liberated, and you have people in the red pill society like pushing back against this narrative. Okay, the red pill group of men, I don't really agree with everything they say, but some of the stuff they say is pretty good. That a man should basically submit, or a woman should submit to their husband, and that they don't need to have, that they shouldn't have a high body count and this and that. I agree. Okay. Some of the stuff I don't agree with them on, but they have tackled feminism. And then you have the Christ pilled community where people have like really come out and are pressing in with, wanting people to be Christ pilled, that having husband and wife and, celibacy until marriage and, you know, pushing those ideas as well, which, are all ideas that I support, ideas I fell short of, ideas that I can hopefully help my kids to never fall short of. Okay. I understand I'm a heathen. Okay. I did some messed up stuff. Okay. I'm a heathen. But God has forgiven me and saved me through repentance and by his grace. So, anywho, let's take a look at what our first feminism or feminist has to say today. And it should be pretty interesting. So here you have Sydney Watson. Most of the people on our channel, they've watched Sydney Watson. They know that, Sydney Watson used to be like more right wing, and people would say, well, Sydney's based, man, and she really cares about the right wing movement. And then people started to notice her grift. And that's exactly what she is. She's a grifter, and she's also a feminist. So I'll let you explain. I'll read her post for a little bit of context of what this video is going to be about. But it says, can't be trusted to vote, can only be trusted to raise the next generation of voters. So she's talking about people that want to repeal the 19th Amendment. And I'll just go ahead and let her explain to you, what she thinks of it.
Do you reckon anybody has ever pointed out to the repeal the 19th women shouldn't vote crowd that when they tell us that we can't vote because we're too angry and we're too emotional and we're not smart enough and we're too agreeable, and therefore all those things mean that we can't adequately and successfully contribute to political conversation and elect a leader because we're just going to get it wrong, then why do you want us raising your kids? If we're not smart enough and we're not capable enough to elect a leader, to have a say in what goes on politically in our countries, why do you want to leave us for the majority of the time to rear your
So, and I'll back it up here a little bit, but basically what she's saying is that why would you want us to raise your kids if, we can't be trusted to, to vote, you know, to vote with any common sense, basically. Okay. And I'll say this. A woman, in my opinion, should be a stay-at-home wife. Okay, should be a stay-at-home wife. Should be the caregiver of the child. And nowadays, in my opinion, they should veer away from the public school system and do homeschooling. So you are entrusted and are around the kids full time a lot of times. Okay, but your ideas, your thought process, and what you teach to the kids should always be grounded in and focused on the way your husband believes. Okay. This idea of I have all these feminist thoughts and ideas and I should share them with my kids. Like, no, you should say, hey, you know what? Um, we need to I need to echo the same message that my husband does to these kids. Okay. And that's how we continue to fight against this modern day feminism, this stuff that is poison to these women, that this sexual liberation, this LGBTQ crap, all this shit that is like literally poisoned our youth. I think that, most people don't even recognize, or most women don't even recognize that they're feminists, because there's these high level extreme feminists, and then there's these low level, well, not so much, but I still hang on to some of the ideas. And that is where Sydney is at. So let's play it. Let's see what else she has to say. I backtracked a little bit, but let's see.
Wrong. Then why do you want us raising your kids? If we're not smart enough and we're not capable enough to elect a leader, to have a say in what goes on politically in our countries, why do you want to leave us for the majority of the time to rear your children, many of whom are boys who are going to grow up to do the voting, because of course us women aren't allowed? Why do you want us to be the primary nurturers, to be the people who have the primary amount of influence on your child? If we have all of these terrible characteristics, why would you want us imparting those on your offspring? That doesn't make a lot of sense.
All right, so I kind of I get what she's saying, but what she's saying is stupid. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you why. Okay, first off, men out there, please be careful who you decide to marry, date, all that stuff, because you got to be able to root out some of this underlying feminism before you decide to marry a woman. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they think that they have high influence over your kids. And if they're not a believer in Christ, they are going to try to overthrow your power in the household. Okay. And even some Christian women will. But the problem is that most people are dealing with this unsubmitted type of women. Okay. You have to submit to your husband. And it's not easy. Okay. And I'm not saying I have this perfect marriage and everything's figured out. But when it comes down to being influential in this household and who makes the final say in things, you're looking at him. Okay. And my wife, she don't want to work. Okay. She is a stay-at-home mom. She takes care of the kids. She is smart. She's strong. She is patient. She's a hell of a cook. She is a hell of an organizer. She plans birthday parties, Christmas, trips. Okay. Her life is fulfilled almost to the max sometimes, where I do need to help out. Okay. So I still help out with, some daily chores. I pick up my own messes, help pick up the kids' messes. I'm not completely useless. Okay. But we have to get back to the fundamental idea that God is the head, and the God is the head of man, man is the head of woman, and that's how it goes. It goes God, man, woman, kids. Okay? And the guy is the head of the household. And if that isn't true, I honestly don't think you're going to be very happy in this world, because a lot of people are waking up to this feminist idea of working 40 plus hours a week. If you're lucky, you work 40 hours a week. Okay. Some people have to work 2, 3 jobs just to make it, especially in Joe Biden's America. Okay. So, a lot of people are waking up to this, or a lot of women are waking up to this idea that working 40 hours a week, you know, uh, trying to maintain a home, trying to maintain friendships, trying to make sure their family, goes to special activities, that it just doesn't work for them. And that really, in the end, it just leaves them unfulfilled and, super depressed. That's why so many, in my opinion, so many Americans are on antidepressants. It's because their household is screwed up. The hierarchy in their family is screwed up. Okay. It should start at the level of developing and maintaining a relationship with God. Now, does that mean you have to go to church and you have to become this uh, ultra Christian where you run around and donate to soup kitchens and you go, to overseas mission trips? No. Okay. Develop a relationship with God. Pray, read your Bible, try to help others. Keep it simple. And then, as the family develops their relationship with God, then you're going to fall in line with everything that the Bible preaches. Okay, you need to be praying that you do things that way God wants you to. And a lot of people will say, well, the economy's not set up like that. We can't make it on one income. And that might be true, okay? But maybe your husband needs to start applying for jobs. Maybe your husband needs to start stepping out of the box and doing something different and trying to find some kind of different job where he makes more money. Okay? Not everything's on the woman. Okay? Not everything. The men need to step up. But a lot of men nowadays are defeated, and it's sad. I see it almost every day. Men are defeated. And it's usually, you look, and it's usually an overbearing woman. And I would hate, absolutely hate, to be um, in any kind of relationship or friendship with this woman, because she's a feminist in disguise. Okay, she is not. Now she might be like right leaning, so to speak, on some issues. But dude, I'm telling you, a woman like this that thinks like this, she does not want you. She has no desire to submit to you. And a lot of people say, well, Kyle, that's pretty sexist. Why does a woman have to submit to you? I didn't make the rules. Okay. I didn't make the rules. God set this plan in place. And where we're all out of whack is we tried to do it our way. So let's take a look at this girl here. This video I've saved today on Twitter. So she is complaining. She says she doesn't have the time, energy, and cash to enjoy her life outside of work. And this isn't the only video. This is just the only video I saved. Okay. So women are emotional creatures. Everybody knows that. Okay. Everybody knows that. And this woman here is having some kind of breakdown, which is typical. Okay. She's having a breakdown and she's realizing that feminism is just one big lie, that she doesn't want to be liberated with having to go to work 40 plus hours a week. She doesn't want to be liberated to basically, instead of being at the home, having her husband tell her what to do or, guide her and help her get through the day, however you want to word it. She goes to a job and some boss, which is probably a man, tells her what to do every day. So I think she's starting to wake up a little bit, but most likely she will probably still vote Democrat.
Why is it that I have to work 40 hours a week just so I can have a place to live? 40 hours a week makes me $2,000 a month, and my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week so I can have a 2-bedroom apartment.
Whoa, 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 whoa. 1660 a month. I think that's what it said. Hold on, let me go back.
60. So I work 40 hours a month, and my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week so I can have a 2-bedroom apartment.
And that's a lot of people nowadays. A lot of people nowadays. I watched a video earlier today where there was a woman talking about why would anybody want to own a house? We're paying you're paying, basically what she was saying is I never have to fix anything. I don't have to mow my grass. If I need something, my neighbors in my apartment are right there. And it's like, owning your own home is like a sense of an accomplishment. Okay. Getting out and mowing my grass and taking care of my yard is a sense of accomplishment. Okay. And no landlord can come in and raise the rent on me. Just ain't gonna happen. So, they can come in and raise your property taxes, but it ain't gonna be, you know, let's just put it this way: I'm not paying $1,600 a month to live in the house I'm in now, and it's a 4-bedroom house. So, owning your house, owning your home is the better way to go. But this woman here, slowly or starting to realize that what feminism sold her was a bunch of poisonous goods, and it's just not working out like she thought it would.
And an extra $300 a month. Like, doesn't cover my phone, internet, food, So not only do I not have any extra money, but just working makes me so exhausted that I don't have time either. Like, I get off work at 5:30, come home, and I'm just so tired. I'm so tired that,
Now, I know she's a woman, okay? But when I was her age, which she looks about 20, 22, I think it might have said it at the beginning of the video. I might have not called it. But when I was her age, I was working 60 to 70 hours a week. Now, I don't recommend that for anybody, and I definitely don't recommend that for a woman. But 40 hours a week, that's kind of typical unless you're working like a restaurant job or retail. You're going to be working 40 hours a week. So that right there is kind of, maybe she's just having a bad day. But if you're really this upset about 40 hours a week, you got some other stuff going on too. You better find you a man that's going to lock you down and keep you as a stay-at-home mom to where you don't have to work.
anything that I need to do outside of work, I then just push off to the weekend. And I'm like, I'm just too tired to do this after work. I'll wait until Saturday. So then I end up with so much to do on the weekend that ends up having to be split into 2 days. So I have to do stuff on both Saturday and Sunday. So then I don't get a day off. I don't get a day to relax. I don't get to decompress. So it is really like working 7 days a week, constantly. And I don't want to do that anymore, right?
Shit, me neither, girl. Me neither. Shit, I don't want to do that shit either. But you kind of got to in life, and that's just the way it goes. I mean, you bought the lie of feminism, so you got to kind of hang in there, ride it out, girl. Unless you find you a good husband that's gonna not make you go to work, this is your life, and you can thank feminism. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's who I would thank. And I would thank feminism, and then I would be anti-feminism. and post it all over your freaking social medias.
I don't care how poor and miserable I would have to be, but I literally can't have a place to live without this, you know? Like, I don't know what to do. I'm not made for this. I don't have the money, time, or energy to enjoy my life outside of work, and I don't know what to do about it anymore, you know? I'm so tired. Why?
All right. So she's tired. She's tired. I don't know what to tell her because, I mean, you only got another 70 years of this. And if, what's her name? Nikki Haley ever gets in there, you got about another, what is it? She said 75 or something, bro. Like she wants to raise the retirement age. So, I mean, by the time you retire, there probably ain't going to be nothing left. By the time I retire, there probably ain't going to be nothing left. This country has been robbed blind, and you've been sold a bill of goods that is poison, and it's called feminism. Find you a man that has a good job and let him know your plans from the very beginning. Okay? That this is what you want. Stay at home mom, raise the kids, trust and rely upon you, become a Christian woman. That's just my idea. Okay? Go against, if everybody's going this way, go the opposite way. And I'm telling you, go the opposite way. And, maybe something will work out. I don't know. I got one crazy video to watch. And these recorded shows are going to be a lot shorter, not going to be real, like super long. So I wanted to watch one more clip here from YouTube. But this, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. This woman is going to be teaching 4-year-olds. And, it's not a big deal or anything. It's not like, she can be influential on them or anything, or, poison their little minds before they even get started. And this video in itself is just freaking weird, dude. So, I mean, who gets their teaching degree? Or I don't even know if she's got her teaching degree. Okay. She's going to teach preschoolers. I don't know how far you got to go in school to get that kind of degree or certificate, but this lady should be nowhere fucking near it. Ever. Okay. Nowhere near 4-year-olds. Let's just put that out there. Okay. You are confused, they, them, and you probably need to seek mental health help. All right, here we go.
Hi, so I have a small dilemma. I am starting a new job on Monday, and it's a teaching job. So the kids are going to call me either Mr. or Mrs. Jamie. It depends on what I want, but I, as a non-binary being, I don't know what to pick. I feel like Mrs. would be easier for the kids, but Mr. makes me feel better. But I also kind of want to try mix, but I don't know if the kids can do that. I don't. And then what do they do when they ask me if I'm a boy or a girl? I'm not. I don't know.
Explain that it's young kids too.
It's young kids. My class is going to be 4-year-olds. So I don't know. And then I don't know if I want to go by Jamie or Jamie Ray, because Jamie Ray is the name that I go by now. I don't know. Any advice would be great for any non-binary teachers.
SOS, save our ship.
SOS, SOC, save our captain. Thanks.
What in the fuck? Okay, I got some advice for you. Are you ready to hear it? Get the fuck away from our kids. Okay? And this is what liberalism, feminism, transgenderism, all the fucking isms has done to these people. Okay? It's made them mentally insane. So I hope people watch these videos and think like, oh my God, this world is getting crazy. And we need to stand up and start fighting back. And that's exactly why I keep doing this. Okay. This is exactly why I keep doing this, like making videos for this channel. Okay. Because you have to be able to expose these crazy people. We need to open mental institutions and lock these people back up. So until they figure out they're not a they them, this is a woman that is highly confused, has mental, like when she started talking about what am I going to tell the kids, like her face like got real red, and like you can tell she's on some kind of medication. It is not good for our country, not good for this society, for her to be released and actually teaching our kids. Wake up. We need to start fighting back. All right. So thanks for tuning in to the channel. This has been it for the show today. It's been a blast as always. Be on the lookout for more recorded content coming your way. I'm thinking of doing a White Pill Wednesday and making content that is more with a more uplifting approach. But that's it for today. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends. Anyway, God bless you, God bless your family, and God bless the United States of America. I'm out.